You're listening to School Counseling Simplified, a podcast with easy-to-implement strategies for busy school counselors. Here's your host, Rachel Davis from Bright Futures Counseling.
Hey there! So before we get into today's episode, I have some super exciting news to share. The doors to stress-free school counseling are open. This is my course where I'll show you how to increase your productivity to maximize your impact and get the recognition you deserve. This is a project I have been working on for quite some time, and I am so glad that launch week is finally here. So the framework I'm teaching in this course will completely transform your counseling program. I'm sure of it. In 1 month, you will go from feeling stressed and overwhelmed to feeling productive and in control, so you can impact more students and get the recognition you deserve. That means you're seeing more kids, you're changing more lives, and you're finally being understood by your peers and colleagues. The modules cover things like time management, scheduling, organization, data collection, and tools for advocacy. And the cool part about this course is that not only will I be teaching you all of the strategies and tools I use, but you will also get to join a community of other like-minded counselors and get live Q&A sessions with me. And that's where you can pick my brain all things counseling. Basically, it's not just you watching training videos alone, but it's a community of counselors learning and growing with each other to have their best year yet. So if you've ever felt like you're on your own island, then you will love having this group to go through the course with. Stress-Free School Counseling is on sale for this week only, and doors are closing on Friday, June 18th. So what do you say? Are you in? Head to stressfreeschoolcounseling.com to get started today. I can't wait to see you there. Hey there, thanks for listening to another episode of School Counseling Simplified. So as you know, the doors to my stress-free school counseling course are open. So if you haven't had a chance yet, go over to stressfreeschoolcounseling.com and you can check out all of the details. I am so excited about this. The course is open for a limited time. It only opens a few times a year, and I personally think summer is the best time to do this program because you actually have the time to go through the modules and build your community and your network, and that way when you get back to school, you're going to feel so prepared, stress-free, and just ready to have your best year ever. So again, that's stressfreeschoolcounseling.com. Go check out all the details over there. Today, I'm actually going to share some interviews from two of our Stress-Free School Counseling alumni. So these ladies took the course back in January, and they shared with me some of their experiences. So I've kind of blended it together here so you can get a sense for what the teaching style's like, how the course has helped them, a little more information about the community aspect, and if you think it's going to be a good fit for you. So I'm going to share some parts of their stories, and then I'll tell you a little bit about my own personal transformation as well. But first, I want you to hear what they have to say about the teaching style and the structure of the course. So let's go ahead.
Rachel has a great way of making things seem very attainable and breaking them down into simple steps. What I loved was that she not only showed me how it worked, where I could see the screen and see what things looked like, not just by her verbal description, but then she also provided the actual templates to work from. And I was just stunned by that. And honestly, that was a game changer for me. I didn't have to create things but from scratch, but I was able to take it and look at it, apply it to the video I had just watched, and kind of make it my own and make it work for me.
It was spaced out so well. It covered topics in great detail, whether in the form of the videos, the accompanying PDFs, and also Rachel had this resource library with step-by-step tutorials of how to use certain apps or forms or resources that she's referred to in the course, and which was so kind to also share with us.
As you can see, both ladies said that it's broken down step by step. I really try to lay this out in a framework that's easy to follow and easy to understand so you don't feel stressed with the program itself, right? Because it's literally stress-free school counseling. So I love that they both really resonated with the step-by-step modules. Now let's take a look and let's hear about the part of the course that helped them the most.
Really what impacted me the most was the 2 modules on scheduling and organization. I have been a school counselor for over 16 years, and I have mastered the art of organization with Post-its and scrap paper and notes and lots of little file folders all over my desk. And I was really attracted to the simplicity of the course in changing over to more updated electronic ways of managing my time and my calendar and my communication and notes. The scheduling and organization modules were amazing.
There was so much I needed to change about the way I manage my time, and the scheduling and organization modules really helped me. I think I am so much better at utilizing my time, at prioritizing my tasks, at deciding where I need to be and when. Big thank you to Rachel for, making me realize those things through her course. Another thing I think I realized was the need for self-care, although it was not necessarily termed that way, just the fact that, we needed to set boundaries in terms of our time and how much we give off it, because as counselors, I think, we're always replying to emails and on calls, and, we're very active all the time. And sometimes, it's important that, we batch our communication. That's something I've done for the first time in my life since the course. So that was also one of the plus points of doing this course.
As you can see, they both really resonated with the scheduling and organization modules. I love this because for me personally, the data collection module is my favorite. So everyone has something different that they really take with them. For other students, they've shared that the self-advocacy piece has been really important to them, and how they can use this to communicate their value and the worth of their position. So I want to know, send me an email. I'm just so curious to know which part would resonate with you the most. Are you looking to improve your scheduling skills, your organization tools, maybe your data tracking and data collection tools, or maybe the self-advocacy piece? And now I want you to hear from them about the transformation piece. So this is it, right? This is what you're trying to do. You're trying to transform your counseling program so you can reach more students than ever before and finally get the recognition that you so greatly deserve. So I want you to hear from Tracy and Needy how this has helped them transform their counseling program and how they've seen changes and improvements.
I have really poured myself into those 2 aspects of the class and have seen changes just within the last 6 to 8 weeks since I really started applying it. I can say my systems have changed, my scheduling has changed. It was all very doable, and that has really encouraged me.
That was awesome. It just makes me smile hearing how stress-free school counseling has impacted counselors, in turn impacting their students, and our reach is just so big, and it's such a good feeling. And I just know that Tracy and Needy both feel so accomplished and proud of the changes and improvements that they've already made to their program, and it's only been a short amount of time so far. And they started in the January program, so they started mid-school year. So I cannot wait to touch base with them and to see how it changes this upcoming school year, because they're going in August with all the materials they need and all the strategies they need to have their best year yet. Now, Needy then goes on to share a little bit about the community aspect. So we have our Facebook group community on there, and this is a piece that I think is so vital because many times we feel like as school counselors we're on our own islands. So I want Needy to share a little bit about how the community aspect helped her.
I think our FB community was also something that was wonderful about doing this course, because there were so many of us, struggling with similar issues, sharing our wins, asking, questions that, probably maybe I had or someone else had, and getting the answers that we all needed. So this whole sense of community and belonging was just lovely.
And then finally, you may be thinking, is this even a good value for my money? Because I do realize that this is an investment. I know many counselors have asked their administrations or their schools to pay for it for them, and I think that is such a great idea, we have a letter that you can send to your admin if you want to ask for them to pay for it. We'll link to that in the show notes. Obviously, just like with our TPT resources, I don't want you spending your own money. If your school can use this as a professional development cost, I think that would be amazing. So we'll definitely link to that resource in the show notes. But for many school counselors, they are choosing to make this investment themselves. And I want you to hear what they think about the value. Needy really shares how it was a value to her.
Now, if I had to rate the course, it's not hard to say that, giving it a 5-star rating wouldn't suffice. This was easily the best money I've spent on professional development in a really long time. And, when I knew that Rachel was starting her impact program, obviously, having done this course, I was going to get on board. So if you are thinking of doing the stress-free school counseling program, I don't think you should think twice. Just do it.
Awesome. Well, I hope Tracy and Needy really helped to answer some questions that you may have had now that you heard Doors Are Open, and you may be thinking, what is this all about? What does it actually look like from someone who took the course? So thank you, Tracy and Needy, for sharing these experiences with others. If you have questions, please don't hesitate to send me an email or a message on Instagram at Bright Futures Counseling. I would love to help answer any questions you have about the program. But before we wrap up, I want to share my own personal transformation. So because I had my own personal transformation, that's why I decided to create this course, right? I didn't just decide to create it out of nowhere. I had used these strategies over the years and seen how they have impacted my own journey and how they have made me reach more students than ever before and get the recognition that I deserved. And that's when I'm like, I need to teach this to other people so it can help make their lives a little more stress-free too. Because after seeing it in my own life and talking to my counselor friends, I realized that a lot of us have the same problems, and that's why I wanted to come up with this course so I could share these solutions that have really been transformative in my counseling journey. In a few ways. I mean, I know what it's like to not feel taken seriously or to appear unprofessional because you're late to a class lesson because you're putting out fires, kind of like we talked about a couple episodes ago with a crisis response team protocol. And I know what it's like to take work home in the evenings and to want to be doing something else, but instead you're on your laptop. You might be trying to hang with your family and watch a movie, but you're on your laptop or responding to an email late at night that's kind of stressing you out. I know those scheduling nightmares. And then I also know what it's like to be unorganized and to not be able to find a permission slip and then having an awkward conversation with a parent or your admin about that. It causes you to appear unreliable or feel not confident in your position. I also know what it's like to be rushing around and typing in notes in your counseling log in between students stopping by your office, and you can never seem to finish one task because you've got too many tabs open and too many sticky notes on your desk, and you can never catch up. I know that feeling. And I also know what it feels like to feel overwhelmed with data collection because it just seems like one more thing to do on your already too full plate. Or to feel frustrated that people think all you do is color or play games in your office and that they just send kids to you to play and that you're not actually doing anything in there and they don't see any results as the basis of your counseling. When I first started counseling, I had a huge heart for helping students, but I often left work feeling overwhelmed and unappreciated. And then after years of working with public, private, and even international schools, I've developed systems that counselors can use to maximize their impact and eliminate stress, regardless of the setting. The doors to stress-free school counseling are closing on Friday. Now is the time to act. Summer break is the perfect time to take this course because you will learn strategies to make your counseling life easier all year long. I will teach you how to use scheduling, organization, and data collection tools to reach more students than ever before and to get the recognition that you totally deserve. You will go from feeling stressed and overwhelmed like I did to feeling in control and confident that you're implementing your best school counseling program possible. Please send me an email if you're hesitating or if you have any questions. I want to help you make this transformation. Head over to stressfreeschoolcounseling.com if you're ready to say yes to maximizing your reach while feeling stress-free. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you next time, and I hope to see many of you inside Stress-Free School Counseling.
Thanks for listening to School Counseling Simplified. You can find the links from today's episode in the show notes. If you'd like to connect with Rachel, she's on Instagram and Teachers Pay Teachers at Bright Futures Counseling. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any episodes of School Counseling Simplified. Talk to you next week.